The world you knew is gone. It ended on February 28, 2026, with a flash and a rumble that shook the ground. Sirens blare, your phone is dead, the internet and TV are gone. Outside, streaks of light race across the sky. This is no drill. This is the first day of a new kind of war. Fear is everywhere, cold and sharp. What is happening? Are we safe? What do we do now? In the Middle East, explosions wake entire cities. In America, the president addresses the nation from a simple video announcing peace through strength. But on the ground, there is only chaos. The attack is called Operation Epic Fury. The name sounds fictional, but the fire and fear are real. The old rules are breaking. The systems we trust, power, water, GPS, fail first. Technology, once our strength, is now a weakness. Survival depends on what you know, not what you own. The modern world's fragility is exposed. A single, coordinated strike can turn cities to dust. The illusion of control is gone. Only survival matters. The skills of your ancestors, finding water, shelter, navigating without screens, are suddenly vital. You must trust your instincts. The fight for survival has begun. The world before is over. Now only those who adapt will endure. This is the new reality. This war didn't start today. It's the result of decades of anger and mistrust. The US and Iran have been enemies for years, fighting through proxies like Hamas and Hezbollah. Sanctions and covert battles only deepen the divide. The turning point, October 7th, 2023. Hamas attacks Israel, shaking the region. Israel responds with force, targeting Iran's allies. But the real threat remains in Tehran. In 2025, the US and Israel launch Operation Midnight Hammer, striking Iran's nuclear sites. Iran's nuclear ambitions are set back, but its leaders vow revenge. At home, Iran faces economic collapse and protests. In early 2026, the US sends 2 aircraft carriers to the region, a clear warning. Iran, armed with thousands of missiles, refuses to back down. The US decides waiting is no longer an option. Overwhelming force is chosen. The slow march to war is over. The world holds its breath. The fuse is lit. War is inevitable. The attack begins at dawn. The sky over Iran erupts in fire. US jets launch from carriers. Israeli stealth fighters cross borders unseen. Tomahawk missiles streak toward precise targets. Missile sites, air defenses, command centers. One of the first strikes hits the Supreme Leader's compound in Tehran. The explosion is massive. Within minutes, the world learns. Iran's Supreme Leader is dead. This decapitation strike throws Iran's command into chaos. Nearly 900 strikes hit in the first 12 hours. Radar, communications, and runways are destroyed. Iran's air force is trapped. Bunkers are bombed. The plan: blind, disarm, and decapitate. By nightfall, Iran's military is crippled. The US claims huge successes. Missiles destroyed, ships sunk, air force wiped out. The message: you cannot hide. The operation is fast and brutal, but even a wounded enemy is dangerous. The world waits for Iran's response. The stakes have never been higher. The first day changes everything. The war has truly begun. Iran, leaderless but defiant, strikes back. The IRGC launches waves of missiles and Shahid drones at US bases across the Middle East. Alarms blare at Al Udeid, Al Dhafra, and Al Salem air bases. The US Fifth Fleet in Bahrain is targeted. Advanced defenses intercept most threats, but some get through. Explosions rock embassies and bases. The war spills into civilian life. Riyadh and Dubai feel the shock. Flights are cancelled, businesses shuttered, fear spreads. Iran's strategy: make the war costly for America and its allies, spread chaos, disrupt the global economy. On March 4th, a US submarine sinks Iran's modern warship, the Iris Dina, not in the Gulf, but off Sri Lanka. The conflict has no boundaries. The region slides toward wider war. The world is on edge. Iran cannot win outright, but it can make everyone pay. The cost of war is rising. No one is safe. The battlefield is everywhere. The danger is global. The world is more dangerous than ever. The escalation continues. The war isn't just missiles and jets. It's economic warfare. Iran threatens the Strait of Hormuz, the world's oil artery. 1/5 of global oil passes through this narrow channel. Iran declares any ship entering is a target. Oil shipments halt instantly. Tankers freeze in place. Oil prices skyrocket, triggering a global shock. Energy costs soar, affecting everything: shipping, food, heating. Airlines reroute, supply chains slow, economies strain. The US scrambles, offers insurance, prepares naval escorts, lifts sanctions on Venezuela to secure oil. Old enemies become partners overnight. Over 100 million barrels of Venezuelan oil are rushed to America. The world adapts, but the pain is just beginning. The Middle East war is now a global crisis. Economic stability is shattered. The world's lifeline is cut. Everyone feels the impact. In this chaos, survival is all that matters. Technology fails, old skills return. GPS is gone, you need a paper map and compass. Learn to read the land, use the sun and stars. Move at night, avoid main roads, leave no electronic trace. Shelter is critical. Find underground spaces, avoid tall buildings and industrial zones. Water is life. When taps run dry, collect rain, find rivers, purify every drop. Boil water, use filters or tablets. Clean water is your daily mission. Food can wait, water cannot. Above all, control your mind. Fear is the enemy. Panic kills. Stay calm, break problems into small steps. Focus, find water, shelter, check on family. Psychological resilience is your greatest weapon. In a war zone, only those who adapt and keep a clear head survive. The world is broken, but you must endure. Every day is a test. Survival is about action, not hope. The strong adapt, the prepared endure. This is the new way of life. Is this World War III? The fighting is fierce, the damage global, and more nations are drawn in. Experts debate, but most say this is something new. A war that's both regional and global, fought with weapons and economics. Over 20 countries are involved in some way. The US and Israel lead the attack. Iran and its proxies fight back. Gulf states are dragged in as US bases are hit. Europe is affected by oil shocks. Russia and China watch closely. The American goal: a quick, decisive campaign to cripple Iran's military, not occupy the country. Iran's new leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, vows endless resistance. Iran's strategy: survive, drag out the war, sap America's will. It's a clash of strategies. Quick victory versus endless resistance. The world watches, hoping escalation stops here. The outcome is uncertain. The stakes are global. The future hangs in the balance. The world holds its breath. History never warns before it changes. One day, life is normal. The next, everything is broken. Our systems can fail in an instant. Survival belongs to those who adapt. When power fails, adapt. When water stops, adapt. Preparation is everything. Learn skills, make plans, store supplies before crisis hits. A little readiness can mean the difference between life and death. Operation Epic Fury is a harsh reminder. Stability is fragile. Don't wait for disaster. Be ready in mind and skill. When history turns, it waits for no one. Only the prepared endure. The world has changed forever. Will you be ready?